Hi, I'm Brian, the Canadian who inspired the Ain't Martin Run Tour. The Great Trail, or the Trans-Canada Trail, runs across Canada, and it goes right past my place. If I run south, I can run to get the mail. I also live right by Lake Winnipeg, and my run to get the mail and back involves a short section of road, but then I'm back running on the trail section, running past the tall phragmites. I'm a volunteer trail steward for the 7-kilometer section by my house. Most of the section I look after is on the old railway from the turn of the century. I remember when they pulled off the tracks back in the 60s and it became a trail. Most of the 7 kilometers that I run and look after are very flat old railway line. Because it's 7 kilometers, it's pretty easy to get your daily runs in there because I can go there and back and get about a 15-kilometer run in. It's pretty hard to see, but on the left-hand side here was where we were doing a little bit of Nordic skiing, and on the right it's a little more packed just from people running and walking. Just up ahead there, that dark spot, that's the end of the trail section that I'm responsible for. Sometimes my turnaround point, but today we're going farther. The trail parallels Lake Winnipeg. You can see there's an ice fishing shack out there. Lake Winnipeg is the 11th largest lake in the world. On the east side, it's all boreal forest. That's where I run. It's over 400 kilometers long as a lake. It's also the world's largest, or one of the world's largest hydroelectric reservoirs. Manitoba is well known for its hydroelectric generation capabilities. I noticed a fish head there. You can see the head quite clearly there. The lake's got a big commercial fishery, as well as lots of bald eagles and ospreys that fish. You can see tracks going down to the lake there for the guys going ice fishing. So we're still just running the old railway line, heading north, following the edge of Lake Winnipeg. You can see Lake Winnipeg off there. This section, although closed to motorized traffic, does see a fair bit of unauthorized ATV use. We've got some signage coming out here for the Great Trail. The Great Trail is something like 25,000 kilometers across the country, but only about 8,000 kilometers are actually on trail, not road stuff. Here you can see the cut from the old railway. You've got bridges on both sides, so they would have cut this out back in 1900 just to make the grade very level. We're just coming up to the gates are open, and that's unfortunately why people have been able to drive down the trail. So this trail keeps going all the way to Grand Beach, and that's our destination to go to the park. We're going to take a slight detour to speed up my route there. I've got a couple options. Today's option, we're going to go down. I like this section because it's always got these little birdhouses, and it's a more direct route to get where we want to go. Often on the trail there's more deer tracks, that's what we're looking at here, than there are person tracks if you're out early enough in the day. This route goes past an osprey stand. So here we are just getting to Grand Beach. We're at about the 10K from home mark here. We're just heading to the trailhead in the park, going past the Bear Country sign. Just coming off to the turnoff to the skiing and hiking trails, which is our destination to go running today. Normally I'm the only person here, but this is Easter weekend, so there's already more than a dozen cars, and it looks like mostly mountain bikers out on the trails today. So this is the ski warming huts in the wintertime. Got a bike there rested up against the trail sign that shows you where you go. Some hikers heading off. And we are heading to the far corner of the field here to do some single track running. So here we are entering some single track. It's all boreal forest, so we've got some paper birch there, lots of poplar and lots of pine, and there'll be some fir too and some spruce. A good variety of boreal forest. In the park, I mostly Nordic or cross-country ski, but I also run and hike. Last fall, I had a little personal challenge to run every trail, and on this side of the park, I managed to find about 100 kilometers of trail. There's some boulders here, and in the park not too far from us, there's a trail called the Ancient Beach Trail. So it's the ancient beach for the old Lake Agassiz from the last glaciation period. The last ice age, most of the northern part of North America was covered by ice, and when it melted, the lake that was formed was the world's largest lake. I think the size of maybe like the Black Sea. So that massive lake, when it left a bunch of boulders on its lakeshore. We're just at the top of another one of those beach ridges, old beaches, so lots of boulders here as we make our descent downhill. Luckily the footing down here is pretty good, but the corner is not looking quite so pleasant. Here goes the balance beam. On a good day, I might make it. Today, with a phone in my hand, I'm never going to make it. This one I can usually get across. But again, today with my phone, nope, not going to make it. Some more deer tracks in the soft mud here. Sign of spring. Here's a good sized glacier rack. Onward and upward. Usually I run here during the week, but this is the weekend. I can't remember the last time I actually saw a cyclist here. Certainly a little challenging downhill with the ice and the snow. Up ahead you can see those cyclists. I think I'm actually gaining on them here. They need studded tires, but I think they've all switched to summer tires. I feel like one of those great ultra runners when I'm just reeling these guys in, actually catching up to them. It's ridiculous. But they'll get me once they're up to the top of the ridge. We're just running parallel to another ancient beach here, so you can see this ridge is going to be full of boulders. Up we go. If it was summertime, I might run up the ramp, but I don't want to take any chances on anything being slippery today. This didn't used to be as popular for mountain bikes, but now that it is, there's things like these little signs to tell you go this way if you're going, I guess, to bypass, the hill bypass, as opposed to going the other way. The park is full of trails, so on the left here is the ski trail, or the main hiking trail, and then just to the right we're just following the little single track. We're probably 7 or 8 kilometers in, and we've been going through classic Canadian boreal forest, but here we've got some planted trees. This is really unusual for my neck of the woods and all my running. Of all the provincial parks and all the trails I run in Canada, this is the only place I can think of that has plantation kind of forest. So we do some orienteering, and I always use this area for controls when we're orienteering because it's such a unique forest for Manitoba. This is where I call the loop-de-loop sections. There's a couple of these loops. It's kind of like tying a shoelace. Around you go. This is another quick little loop section. Almost done out and back. There's another big boulder. And we're just come up around the corner. This is the ski trail we're crossing again, so we're on our way back to the end of this single track loop. So just around the corner, we're going to turn right, head back, and I got another 10K to get me home. So I hope you've all enjoyed the Ain't Martin Run Tour. Cheers.